The experience of Spiti Valley can be best described through Rudyard Kipling's words. Surely the gods must live here. There is no place for men. That's how beautiful Lahaul and Spiti Valley is in India, that resides in the Indian state of Himachal Pradesh. Located at an average height of 12,000 feet above the sea level, Spiti Valley consists of stark high alpine lands that are scattered with the small postcard perfect villages of the whitewashed mud houses and beautiful and stunning monasteries. So prepare yourself to travel to the world where villages appear like a mirage after miles of trailing a turquoise green river that's nestled between the snow-capped barren mountains and blue lakes. It's a world which has the coldest winters you'll gonna ever see, but therein reside the warmest people you meet as well. This comfortable and carefully curated, the 7-day or 8 days trip, which I'll be talking about in this video, will gonna be helping you to explore the authentic Spiti Valley at your best, So you can actually customize it as per your availability or your leaves in hand, or 7 days. So ideally it is like a week's time, 7 to 8 days, but then you can travel with a small group of travelers, or you can go solo, or you can hire an Innova or a Jeep or a car, and then you can travel on road as well. Before I head to the entire travel plan and itinerary for Spiti and Lahaul Valley, I would like you people to just go and check the blogs on spirityblogger.com, and also check the YouTube channel for Winter Wonderland Spiti, where I've mentioned everything about Lahaul and Spiti, this beautiful entire circuit and district which we have in India. Is nothing less than the Alps in Switzerland and the European mountains. So hit a like if you like it, because it helps me. Also subscribe the channel so you don't miss these informative long and short and stretch videos whenever I put it on my channel. This really helps, guys, so I would really request if you subscribe and like, and also comment if whatever you're liking or whatever not. And it's always great, like from which country, from which place you guys are tuning in. So just do that, and that will be helpful. get ready to actually experience some of the wonders which are in Spiti Valley. So this Komik and Kibber, that's the Asia's highest villages. Then marvels and wondrous structures like Key Monastery and also the Tabo Monastery, which is 120-year-old UNESCO World Heritage Site. Also, there's a note that you're gonna be spending nights in the camps and in the beautiful homestays where you will be gazing at the Milky Way and the millions of stars while camping near the stunningly beautiful Chandratal Lake. To note and to let you know, Chandratal Lake has its mystery altogether different. I'll be making a very short video about the mysteries and what is unique about the Chandratal Lake, so stay tuned for that also. So there are two ways where how you can travel to Spiti. One is from Manali and one is from Shimla. So people, they prefer both according to the days in hand and their suitability. So the first one we'll be talking about from Manali. Now if you're driving from Manali, so you're coming from Delhi or Chandigarh. So from Delhi to Chandigarh, you drive from there to Manali. You can take a bus or whatever transport you are taking, and if that suits you. Then you go to the Rohtang Pass, then Kunzum, Losar, Kaza. Overnight that day will be Kaza hotel or a Kaza homestay. They are beautiful and stunning. I have a separate video and also blog about that. It's somewhere around 202 kilometers. Alright. So this tour starts from Manali basically, and then you pass the popular adventure haven, that's the Rohtang Pass. And if it is snowing, if you're traveling in the snow times, it is beautiful. It is awestruck. So you can hop in there for some time for the Instagram pictures and reels. Then you drive to the desolate and the stunning brown badland landscape, and that approaches from Chatru to Batal. So you pass by Chatru and Batal, which is at 14,000 plus feet high, right? And then basically at this area you're gonna get your first chill at the August and September, and in winters it's more than that. So then you go to the Kunzum Pass and it's the coldest, and then you descend to the Losar village. That is the first which you will gonna get a glimpse of in the Spiti Valley. Now you can take a break for chai or tea or whatever out there, or if you love Maggie, no less than a better spot to have Maggie in mountains. Then you continue driving towards the stunning landscapes and you reach Kaza, where you spend a night there, comfortable, cozy. Drive from Kaza, then you cover Langza, Hikkim, Komik, Key Monastery, Kibber, Gette, and then back to Kaza. So you need to complete this circuit and you need to come back to Kaza there, because Spiti is designed that way. For more details, I'm gonna give a map as well. So you'll be, understanding that how it is being situated and located geographically. Or if you want more in detail, so you can hop back to the last video on Spiti Winterland, where I have explained the entire geographical and structural location of this entire beautiful district and valley, right? So day 2 will be somewhere around 26 kilometers, and this will actually cover some of the highest inhabited regions of the world, so stay tuned, guys. You will go to the highest village in Asia, that's Komik, which literally translates to an eye of a snowcock. It's situated at the height of 4,500 meters above, and this is a farm village, right? And it has a population of only 84 people. They live in the utter isolation and they cut off from the rest of the world for most parts of the year. Imagine, right? This little hamlet brings you thousands of miles away from your familiar settings of the place of soft brown pastures and snow-white mountain peaks. Some of the common animals in the region you'll find is Tibetan wolf, then you have blue sheep, red fox, hare, snowcock, Himalayan griffin, and rock pigeon, etc. Later then, you're gonna be driving to Hikkim, and Hikkim is the world's highest post office in the world, and if possible you may even meet the postmaster, and there you can sit with him and hear their stories. When I went, if you see the visuals in the video, we have actually sent the postcards to our family, and he's been stamping, and he's like, we have a picture with them as well, and they tell you amazing stories about it. After sending out the postcard, you drive directly to Langza, right? And this is a village, okay? Langza is a village that is situated at an altitude of 4,400 meters, and it belongs to the Sakyapa sect of Tibetan Buddhism, all right? It's Sakyapa sect of Tibetan Buddhism. Langza houses a population of somewhere around 137 to 38, and it has only 33 households. It's this tiny village. So once you're there, you can actually walk into the village and you can visit the ancient Lang temple, which is again 1,000 years old. At Langza also you can walk to the prehistoric era in the Spiti, where when Spiti actually was submerged by the Tessis Sea, and you can explore a land very rich with fossils of marine animals and plants, which are actually millions of years ago, and it is incredible. It is unique. It is inhabited and hidden, secluded place, and that's wonderful. In fact, I found one. If you're lucky enough, you can find and you can just take them back. But remember, you don't have to destroy the place because it's under the Archaeological Survey of India. Then you drive back to Kaza, right? So you eat, you have your lunch, and while driving back to Kaza, you'll see the world famous Key Monastery. Now, this monastery hill is an ultimate photo opportunity to the remarkable structure. Now, it is beautiful for photographers, for Instagrammers, for vloggers, for YouTubers, for everybody, especially for the photo enthusiast. Key Monastery is a perfect ultimate photo opportunity. Now, with 1,000 of years worth stories to tell, this Key Monastery is situated at the height of 13,668 feet. Yes, and it was founded by a disciple of the famous Atishta in the 11th century AC. Sorry, it's CE. It's belonging to the yellow hat of Gelugpa sect of Tibetan Buddhism, right? Gelugpa, so they say it that way. Now, this monastery is very famous as a prominent center for learning. A lot of monks come here and they learn, as well as it's a refuge for the Tibetans also. So you can understand that how beautiful this history and prehistoric era of this world famous Key Monastery is, and it's being very remotely located atop of the hill overlooking the endless plains. You can actually trek back towards the Key Monastery and take some photographs there, and if you're lucky enough, if some chanting is going on, you can sit back and just go to peace. So it's an obvious choice for those people who are seeking peace and calm, and for me it's one of favorites. Later you're gonna be moving to the Kibber village. Now, the Kibber village is again one of the most picturesque village in Spiti Valley. It's located at a height of 4,205 meters, and it is somewhere around 18 kilometers from Kaza. Now, This formerly highest permanently inhabited village in this region. It is a popular base camp to embark on adventure and treks and hidden hikes to the adjoining mountains of the high altitude. So, for the trek seekers, for the hikers, for the mountaineers, this Kibber village is actually a base camp. So you camp and then you hike and trek to the deep-seated mountains. The expanses of this beautiful landscapes and immeasurable beauty of the snow-tipped mountains, it makes this place a haven for nature lovers and photographers. Trust me, guys. So from Kibber, then you move to Chicham village. So you have covered all this, and now you will move towards the Chicham village. Now Chicham village is located at a very sharp, precipitous canyon, transversible, only a suspended wire cable basket system, that is something called as Jhula in India. And you drive higher up to the secluded village of Gette when we absorb the stunning aerial views of Kaza and Chaya prayer flag there. Right, so this is all you see in Chicham, and there's also the Asia's highest and profound bridge, which is just like which is just suspended by the wire cable basket system, right? In India, and in India you find a lot of Jhulas actually. So this is one of its kind, but it is Asia's highest. Then you come back to Kaza. The day 3 is from Kaza to Pin Valley, then Kungri, then Mud, and then back to Kaza again. So overnight again will be Kaza, and it is somewhere around 49 kilometers. So third day, why I'm saying like you can have a buffer day also if you want to go back to Langza or Chicham again, you are tired or you took a lot of time for photography. So you can come back to Kaza again, stay if you have enough days in hand, and you can explore the Chicham village and the Kibber again next day. Then the next consecutive day you can go to Pin Valley, Kungri and Mud. So this is how you need to get, like you guys can customize it, but this is something which I'm letting you people know, which a lot of people in a quick week time travel Spiti, and you can cover all the beautiful ancient and prehistoric spots in the Spiti Valley. So this will be towards the Pin Valley. Now you go to the national park, which is a Pin Valley National Park. It has abundance of animals and birds. You have rare plant varieties there, and a river that gushes when it isn't frozen. It's a trekking opportunities for the adventure seekers also. So the Pin Valley promises all this for you. Right. Then you visit the Kungri Monastery, and it's a beautiful monastery which is in the hamlet of the Mud village. It's the last motorable village of Pin Valley, that is Mud. Right? They call it Mud. Now, National Park is basically declared in 1987, and Pin Valley has altitudes ranging from 11,000 to 20,000 feet. All right, and it is home of at least 12 endangered snow leopards. In addition, you find other animals that are indigenous to the region, and park are the Siberian ibex, then barral, weasel, red fox and marten. Birds such as pika, griffin, golden eagle, bearded vulture, chukor and raven paint the skies at a pretty beautiful picture. You drive back to Kaza this day and you stay overnight at a cozy Kaza hotel. The next day will be again from Kaza to Tabo, Dhankar Lake Trek, then Lalung, and overnight here will be in Lalung homestay. Now this entire thing will be for 34 kilometers, right? So take a beautiful and nice and lovely delicious breakfast and then you continue your Spiti Valley tour. You drive from Kaza to Tabo. It is also known as Ajanta of the Himalayas, right? Because Tabo houses the 1020-year-old Tabo Monastery, correct. So, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and it is famous for its ancient paintings that depict the life of the Buddha and the intricate portraits of gods and demons along with the life-size statues of bodhisattvas. There's a fusion of Western Tibetan culture here and the fusion of other cultures like Indian and Kashmiri styles. So the Tabo Monastery is a wonderful place for the historians and for the travelers to seek peace and some insight in the ancient prehistoric era. You spend a couple of hours in Tabo and you drive towards the Dhankar. Now, perched very high above the confluence of the Spiti and Pin Valley is Dhankar, alright? It's a hidden bowl kind of a thing. It's a bowl kind of a thing. It's a tiny hamlet of Dhankar. Now, it's a former capital of the Loyals of Spiti Valley and it is also known as the Nono, who ruled the dust-colored badlands of Spiti Valley. Now, you go back in the times and you explore the 1200-year-old Dhankar Gompa, which perches precariously between the eroded rocky pinnacles at the edge of the cliff. And if your time permits, do take an hours to climb the village to visit the stunning turquoise Dhankar So and Dhankar Lake, which offers views over the valley and towards the twin peaks of Mane Range. Now that's Mane Range is 6,593 meters, guys. Do that. Later on, there's a beautiful short drive to Lalung. It's another beautiful high altitude Spiti Valley village. The word Lalung means the land of God, and the village of Lalung is located at the foot of the Tangmar Mountains, which supposedly transforms in color depending on the mood of the deities. Now the red denotes the anger, while yellow signifies happiness. So it's mysterious. Apart from being home to hospitable local families, the village of the Lalung is also home of one of the oldest Gumpas in Spiti Valley. The Lalung Monastery, also known as Sarkhang and the Golden Temple. It is situated at the height of 3,658 meters. Spend some time, spend a night out there with an authentic local homestay with the local family. I would prefer that for you guys to stay with the local family and try out the thupkas and the local momos and local food out there. And then you listen to the life tales of these people and the area, which is 12,000 feet. Next, you drive from Lalung to Losar, Kunzumla, then Chandrata Lake. Overnight here will be in the camps of Chandrata Lake that are quite near to the lake actually. Initially, for like 8 years back, these camps were exactly near to the lake, but then there are some notorious and mischievous travelers who destroy this beautiful natural heritage, and then the government and the local administration have to pull them back. So now it is a few kilometers, like a few meters way back down the Chandratal Lake, you will get the camps. So you can stay there. It's a 102 kilometers drive and the road is treacherous. So you start from the Lalum to Losar first. Now, it's a Spitian wonder, like the Chandratal Lake and Lalum to Losar. It is actually, the entire drive is a Spitian wonder. The mystical and the beautiful Chandratal Lake, it translates to Moon Lake. Chandar, Chand is moon, alright? It's located at the height of 14,100 feet, and the Chandrabhaga mountain range, it forms a striking backdrop for the lake. So if you see the pictures, this mountain, that Chandrabhaga mountain range, that changes appearance according to the pictures painted in the sky, and it is mystical, it's beautiful. After capturing some of the beautiful moments and colors of Chandratal Lake, you can take the entire 5 to 6 kilometers of the walk to the lake. If you have time, stay there for one more day, before returning back to Kaza, because it is mystical, it is beautiful. So it's in high altitude, so carry your sleeping bags extra if you if you feel a lot of chill, and because it's in minus 16, minus 10, minus 20 degree, like more than minus 10 degrees at Chandratal Lake. It's freezing, so it's recommended that you also carry your sleeping bags and blankets, or you ask the camp guys to give you an extra mattress and a blanket. All right, so that's about staying. Now you can actually, when you're at the lake, you can meditate, you can photograph, you can write, you can do whatever you want, or just be at peace and sit and look at the beautiful, amazing universe and cosmos above your head. That lake is mesmerizing, guys. People relate it to Mansarovar. I know Mansarovar is the abode of Adi Yogi, but Chandratal is no less than that. So you drive to the camping site, and where you have a hot supper under the gaze of the million stars, in the night, and you can capture the Milky Way that really awaits you for the whole night. Don't miss it. Time to come back from Chandratal Lake to Manali, but that's via Rohtang Pass, and here you have again a chance to experience the Rohtang Pass, nothing ever than before. If it is snowing, more the merrier. So even it's a normal trip or a bike ride, this place is every traveler's muse. Trust me, guys, I've done both in the car and on the bike, and it is amazing. It's a real right hot sexy destination for you. So let me tell you more about it. So when it is rough terrains, Spiti is definitely not for the weak-hearted. It's a disclaimer. It faces extreme weather conditions, and you need to really pass through those risky routes in the Pagal Nalas and the valleys and the melting glaciers in between. You expect only the basic facilities on the way, nothing more than that. The major petrol pump is also Kaza, so you need to carry fuel and extra fuel and everything with you. On the way as well, in the hotels you stay in, you don't get like luxurious stuff there, okay? The basic facilities are being given. In some places, the stay options are so limited, they are so timid, like for example homestays and monasteries only. So clearly it's a trip to Spiti is not everyone's cup of tea, so you need to be very strong-hearted to go to Spiti Valley and experience this extreme weather conditions and the badlands and the barren lands and the mountains. Alright, only a few people who have those brave these odds to reach Spiti. Some seek solace, some do it in the name of adventure, and some are keen to explore the hidden riches in the trans-Himalayan region. Mostly we see adventure-seeking youngsters and mountain lovers taking a Spiti bike trip, or some tired souls who desperately want to unplug from the mundane city life by just engaging in photographing and taking selfies. Or we may see some people who want to really engage in meditation and some volunteer work in this Spiti, and that the best place is the ecosphere. Now, in case you have an adventure-loving couple, so you don't care much about the luxury part of the honeymoon, right? Spiti is the ultimate destination for you. Trust me, go for it. Begin this new chapter of your life in this perfect setup of this colossal sky, the vast mountains, snow-capped peaks, the glittering stars, frozen river, thus making the moments more romantic and perfect like any other autumn place.
पर तेरे बिन एक बिंद भी ना रहने गुस्से विच तन जाने मां बोल पैने पर तेरे बिन एक बिंद भी ना रहने एक एक पल सजना नू सौरभ दिखाने ये सितारे ओ तनु उम्र मेरी लग जाए वो तन उम्र मेरी लग जाए ये सितारे वो तन उम्र मेरी लग जाए सावन भी हो जाए सावन घबरा घबरा से बोले ना मोरा से बोले ना जदा कर लाख जदा कर हार मोरा सैया बोले मोरा सैया बोले ना बोले ना
But you know what? Spiti is also a great destination to be in. So if you are wandered and love exploring new lands alone, a Spiti Valley solo trip is an experience that couldn't be lived and couldn't be explained further. Extreme tranquility, massive landforms surrounding you, fresh air, too much to ride, too much to explore, just you, and so much more. If this all excites you, then you need to take a solo trip right away to Spiti. And for the people who are among any four of the above, an adventure seeker, a spiritual seeker, or a daring couple who love adventures as crazy as they are, here's what Spiti has in store for you guys. Alright, so this all was from Manali, and now there's also another way which is from Shimla, right? So for those who are traveling from Shimla, this one is for you guys. Make sure you have buffer 2 days with you for both the trips, because one thing is, like, if you take the Shimla route, then it will be a lot more easier because Spiti is at the height of 11,000 feet plus. So your body needs acclimatization, and hence Shimla route will be fine because you will gradually increase the height. Manali Rohtang is already at that height. So I would recommend and I would prefer that people should go from Shimla. Now, how we're gonna travel? First day, I am letting you know from Delhi, of course, or Chandigarh maybe. So from Delhi to Shimla, and then you have to go to Narkanda. Now, once at Shimla, you can either choose to stay here, or if you still have some time left, go all the way to Narkanda, which is another 3 hours journey from Shimla. I would prefer to stay in Narkanda. I mean, that's cute. It's a quiet and tranquil and peaceful village to relax from the hectic journey. Now, in total, you would take at least 8 to 10 hours so that your time and choose as per your wish where you want to stay. So it depends on the road also, but usually roads are good, and so you don't have to worry about the road conditions, even if you're on the bike, bus, or by car. So that's your day one. Now, the next day next day will be Shimla, Narkanda to Sahara. I would recommend to start early in the morning, probably by like 7 or 8 a.m. That would be great because the dusk occurs quite early in the mountains, and the sun goes down, like it hides between the peaks in the mountains. And also, to reach Saharan safely and easily, it's important that you start early. You have to take the road towards Rampur. Here you will get your first view of the Satluj River. It's beautiful. This river will be right there for you all the time while you're riding up. Alright, so enjoy the views, and you can have lunch at Rampur, and then you have to head towards Jewry. Now it's quite a steep climb, and the bifurcation is right near the bus stand at Jewry. So be careful, or you can ask the locals. Locals are warm, friendly, and super helpful. Saharan is a small but beautiful town famous for Bhima Kali temple, alright, dedicated to the mother goddess of Bhima Kali. There's also a bird sanctuary at Saharan that is worth a visit. But it remains closed from April until late July due to the bird mating season. So make sure if you're planning at that time, so you won't be able to visit it. Road conditions again here will be good until Rampur, but will start to deteriorate a little bit and get a little treacherous when you get closer to Jewry. Now from Saharan to Chitkul is the third day. So what you guys need to do, I would say that here to be very careful that you have to come back to Jewry, okay? And start driving to the highway again towards Karcham. Once you do this, you enter the Sangla Valley, right? A beautiful valley again in a remote area. Now from here you will reach Chitkul directly. So if you have time, you can visit the small town of Sangla also. It's super cute, gorgeous and elegant, and a very less population. Else you can keep moving on the highway. So it depends on you, and you can customize as per your days in hand or time in hand. Numerous travelers, they choose to stay in the Sangla only, but Chitkul is my favorite. Now I've been to Sangla as well, and Sangla Holi is very famous. People are friendly, their hospitality is amazing. So from Kasol, people actually go to Sangla and they celebrate Holi and all. But on this route, my favorite is to stay in Chitkul. If you need some cash, make sure you withdraw it from the ATM at Sangla because that's easier, and move ahead. Karcham is the site of a huge dam also on the river Satluj. So it's a site of engineering and a great structure and a construction from Indian government, which you will see when you go towards Chitkul. Also, Border Road Organization has done a wonderful job, so roads are fantastic. Alright. Sangla is famous for Nagis God. So there's a Nagis God temple and Kamru Fort. Now, Chitkul is also a beautiful small village, and at the end of the border, it's located right next to Bapsa River. So now, here's a Bapsa River tributary. So you leave behind the Satluj and you enter the Bapsa River. Overall, the road is good as I mentioned, but a little patch here and there while you're ending up the riding on a dirt plain. And when there's no road and only gravels, you would find like you go to Chandratal, from Kaza. So that's how it'll gonna be this day here.
പത്ഥരോദ കൊളുങ്ങൻ ശുഹാലിന്ദന
മക്കേസിൻ ലഗേ കേദനലേ രഗേ സീതാവൽ സംഗനവാ
So once you enjoy your stay in Chitkul, you would definitely be in love with the stargazing and the Milky Way and the galaxies, which you can actually shoot sitting by the river or from your homestay. It's a beautiful small village, and with the check post permission, you can go till the border as well. Now next day it is Kalpa, all right. So you need to come back till Karcham, and then you need to drive towards Pauri. So it's Povari and Pauri, people say. You can ask any local. So then you need to leave the highway once again and take the diversion towards the Rekongpio. Now from Rekongpio, you're gonna reach Kalpa. For the international tourist visiting Spiti Valley, they would require to show or obtain a permit at Rekongpio. And Rekongpio is a small city kind of a setup wherein like you have a bus stand and all. So it's well connected with all the other internal villages and cities of the small villages of Spiti. Kalpa is also famous for the majestic view of Kinnar Kailash. my favorite. Of course, a lot of would connect. So if I want to just have a view of the Adi Yogi or Kinnar Kailash, or a view of a magnificent Mansarovar and Mount Kailash in a shorter form, or a beautiful snow-capped peaks, so you just can be there for some time and enjoy the view. If you are short on time, you can skip this day and also continue towards Nako from Chitkul. The total distance covered from Chitkul to Kalpa would be about 70 kilometers, and you would take more than at least 3-4 hours at most. Roads are bad, trust me, throughout, except a few last kilometers around Rekongpio and Kalpa. Rekongpio has a petrol pump, so just make sure that you're filling it up and that you can tank up all your vehicles by whatever which way you are driving up. Next is from Kalpa to Nako and then Tabo. So here, visit Kalpa and then return again to Povari. Head to the highway towards Poo. The next petrol pump here is not until Kaza, guys. So I am making you aware that again you need to refill if you are running out of fuel. Alright. So you should definitely tank up your vehicle at Rekongpio as I mentioned earlier. Register yourself at the check post at Poo and continue straight towards Nako. Okay. I would recommend staying at Nako, but if you don't want to, you may continue all the way to Tabo and stay there for the night. There are a couple of hotels at Nako and also a PWD guest house right next to the Nako lake. In case you want to stay at Tabo for the night, there are a few good homestays. Check my blog for the same on homestays, you would get to know. You can also get the monastery's own guest houses that are pretty cheap, dorm kind of a thing, and super peace in the monastery. Don't miss to see the confluence of Spiti and Satluj river at Kham. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. The bridge at Kham also offers a great view for the Leo Purgnal peak. It's a very rare sight. But in the if it is covered with snow, it's tough to recognize. So you need a local, so it will be easy for you. Few kilometers away ahead, there's a Gu village. The site is famous for a 650-year-old mummy that is located here, and it's worth a visit. And people say it's mysterious because that mummy is growing hair and nails, and it is mysterious. You should watch it. From that gate, it is 8 kilometers drive to the village. Now the temple where the mummy is placed is on a hilltop, and it is hard to miss because once you have reached the village, you can just go and visit that particular place. If it is closed, you need to ask the defense and army guys, personals who are placed there, so they'll help you to open and call the guy. Because when I reached there, it was closed, and we asked them, and it got opened, and then we could visit it. You can also ask any of the locals, and then can point in the right direction if you are misplaced for that mummy thing. After visiting the temple, drive back 8 kilometers to the highway and continue towards Tabo. The primary attraction at Tabo is the Tabo Monastery, which is said to be over 1,000 years old. Just before Nako, just before Nako, so it's kind of that road, which is Tabo and Nako road, right? So just before you're reaching that Nako place, a village, there's a much dreaded and famous Maling Nala. And you can hop onto my Instagram for more views of Maling Nala. The frozen Maling Nala is a sight to watch, and if it is flowing, it is with that pressure because the glaciers are melting. And we were on the bike, and it was like daunting for us to just on the gravels, and the road is not that great in that patch. It is tough to ride. Next day you're gonna go to it's the next day would be like from Nako, Tabo, and back to Kaza. So the destination for today will be Kaza. You're gonna stay there, but you will be visiting the village of Dhankar as well on the way. The primary attraction of this day for you people will be Dhankar, and there are two other. There's old and new Dhankar different, and there's a famous Dhankar Monastery. So there's also a lake also which is near Dhankar. You can visit that place also. You will also have a bit of trekking. So guys, if you have trekking as the fun, then you're a hiker, or you love to go on this unsecluded paths and trek down the lane and reach the peak. So spare some time for this day, or have an extra buffer day, because Dhankar is a place from where you're gonna get a lot of trekking routes, and there's a bit of trekking also. So it's a couple of hours. Kaza is approximately from here 115 kilometers. That's from Nako, right? And 60 from Tabo. So road is a mixed patch. It's good and average. So you can do this journey at ease. No need to rush actually. It's just 4 to 5 hours. So be at pace, and you can do the trekking as well. Now the day 7 and 8 will be, so 7 will be, Kaza, Kibber, Tashigong, Langza, Komik and Kaza. And the 8 next day will be Kaza to Chandratal. So here, like the first day, you will gonna spend the whole day in Kaza and you'll be traveling around the places which is like you did in the first itinerary when you were coming from Manali. So same way you're gonna be, one day here will be all Kaza and the nearby places which is Kibber, Langza, then Tashigong, Komik, and then we'll come back. Don't forget that this area Langza is very famous for old fossils and they're found there. So as I mentioned earlier, take them with you if you find any. Then Tangoed Monastery in Komik is worth a visit. Don't miss out. A lot of people miss out, but then it's very beautiful in a small monastery. Also, one important thing, Langza offers a view of Chow Chow Kang Nelda Peak. Again, it's a mountain, so you have that view of that peak. And there's also a large Buddha statue which is quite magnificent. So please do visit and give a short time. And if you don't have So this is the day next from Kaza to Chandratal. Now after Kaza, the roads will gonna be bad. Superlative bad, massive bad. Trust me, on the bike, it's like your butt start hitting, they get swollen. So I'm not letting you afraid, or I don't want you guys to travel, but I'm making you aware that the roads are real bad. There's no road actually. So it gets bad to the point and it will become a nightmare to cross. It remains the same mostly throughout your day. So be ready for it, because and I think when you reach Chandratal, it's worth all that pain of the road. It's 60 kilometers of the distance, but you need to head towards Losar and then to Kunzum Pass, which will be your first sight at the high altitude pass in the journey for so far. After you cross the Kunzum Pass stop, you'll notice a signboard, and a small road that goes towards. So be careful of that. Chandratal is a stretch of 14 kilometers. So you need to turn on this road and you need to reach Chandratal and check in to one of the several campsites there. Mine was really great. I'm gonna share the name, or if I find the link or the contact details. All the camps, however, they are about 3 kilometers distance from the Chandratal, as I mentioned above in the blog. So you need to reach the lake. So you'll have, and then you can reach the lake via your bike, or even the car goes out. But you need to park it a little distance, because now it's not allowed at that close because of the climate and of course the irresponsible and stupid and idiot travelers. And here you'll have to cover this last bit of distance on foot, as I mentioned, because vehicles are not allowed at a certain point. So just trek and have fun out there. Alright, so now it's end of the itinerary for you people. From Chandratal, you need to head to Manali again. It's 122 kilometers. And but make no mistake, this journey will be easily taken by 7 to 8 hours and even more. Why? Because you'll be driving through the worst patch again of the road, as you have encountered in your life, maybe first time or I don't know. So the best experience of the off-roaders and all those adventure seekers, this is the place to go off-roading, guys, and experience the thrill and the adrenaline rush. So again, the patch will be the same. So from Chandratal, you need to come back again on the same road of Kunzum Pass, and then the Batal area, and then Grumfu. So you'll be like from Chandratal to the same road, and then Kunzum Pass, then Batal. From Batal, the road towards Grumfu, and then your ascent to the second highest pass of the journey will gonna be there. That is Rohtang, which is Rohtang Pass. From there, it is straight run to Manali, and from Rohtang onwards, you will get a good road, not that bad, but it is zigzag, vroom vroom. So make sure that you have no high altitude sickness and enjoy your ride back to your hotel. And then from Manali, you can go back to your destination, Delhi, maybe Chandigarh, and from there you're back home with all the sweet memories. So that was from Shimla to the beautiful Spiti Valley for you guys. All right.
केयरफुल केयरफुल आराम से आजा
this vlog by letting me know that there are few takeaways which I would like you to know. So for example, this is the rough thing which I have mentioned in the blog. I'm gonna give in the blog also, so you can check out spiritedblogger.com. Now, these are the major tourist attractions that you should keep on your to visit list, right? If you have more time in hand, you can choose to either spend a day more at Kaza, relax, or one more day at Chandratal, or stay at Mud Village and enjoy the beauty of Pin Valley and spend a night with locals. Or you can also stay at Mane Village because there's a trek to the beautiful Sopana Lake. Now the total distance you're gonna be covering from this itinerary is 1500 odd kilometers. And your first and the last day journey will be the max 8 hours. And apart from that, you'll be traveling somewhere around 6 hours in a day on an average. So this is a rough layout, right? The entire circuit is super notorious and mischievous with bad roads, barren lands, landslides, then the stone falling over. But be careful and be aware, and do keep your distance greater. Don't keep your distance greater than 150 to 2 kilometers on a given day. Make sure you return back and stay and have a buffer days in your hand. So I think that this vlog and information will be helpful to you. This is a long stretch vlog, as I mentioned. Make sure you like if you want to skip a part, you can actually go to the chapters and see what or listen what you want to do, take away from the blog. And this takes a lot of effort and a lot of time, guys. So please, I would request you to hit a like if you like it, of course. And even if you don't like something or whatever, you can just comment, because there are great people making great content on this platform. It's my way to make it. So please leave a comment. Let me know from where you have tuned in, and it's always great to know that what you guys feel about this particular content, because it's nice, and there's always a scope of improvement, and you're gonna do that. So hit the like button and subscribe, and leave a comment, put a heart, and lots of love and light to everyone. This is Author on Travel signing off. Thank you so much. Namaste. Ciao.